Hello everyone, Shintobian here playing some more Warhammer combat cards, and it's time for some more PvP action. This time we're going to be playing as none other than the Silent King, leading a bunch of lower costing bodyguards into battle. I do have a few pretty strong ones. The legendaries are obviously really good, and Rakir the Traveler with that big furious charge. We got this Overlord with the shields and inspiring presence. The Hexmark Destroyer is also quite useful for targeting down the strongest enemy bodyguards. I've got 3 healers, Illuminor Xeris, Oricon the Diviner, and the Cryptek. We've got the Lich Guard with Furious Charge, and then the Immortal Despotek with Regeneration and Barrage. And then the Silent King himself, extremely powerful. At the end of each turn, you gain a bonus equal to the combined ready total of all of your deployed cards. So most of mine buff either melee or ranged, but I noticed that almost every card with Medicae debuffs ranged. So if we go up against a ranged deck, it's helpful to deploy those and then constantly debuff the enemy. The Silent King himself buffs ranged, but also the Triarchal Menhir that he summons the first time he would be attacked. At max level, it has 500 health, taunt, regeneration, and psychic debuff, and deals 100 range damage, which is pretty crazy. It seems like a pretty strong setup to me. We'll see how it does. Alright, so we are up against Watch Captain Artemis once again. And yeah, if you watched my last video, I lost against him as Gilliman. And yeah, he's quite strong. Obviously, Space Marines have a lot of really good bodyguards. This player has done several battle passes, as you can see by the cosmetics there. We've got Chaplain Grimaldus, really powerful, really tough guy there. I'm deploying some of my weaker cards first, and we'll see how it goes. We do have the initiative, so we get to start off here. But I don't know how it's going to go if they keep deploying all these guys with fear. It's going to be really hard to get through this, because I don't really have an answer to fear. Except, well, I mean, we do have this, but, I mean, I don't know if I want to use that just yet. We don't know what else is coming out, so... Well, this is probably going to be terrible, but we're just going to drop this guy here and see what we can do. All he has to do is, like, shift over one of those guys over there to mitigate half of that damage, or he could just drop something with shields. But nope, he's dropping the other really OP guy, Astaroth the Grim, and he gets hit by well, Artemis' special rule. The healing does go off, though, before the Furious Charge, at least, so, I mean, it's still 208 damage. That's really painful. So, yeah, pretty nasty starting deployment here. I can't really do anything against this. I mean, if I go melee, I'm just going to get everything killed. But, yeah, if I don't go melee, then I'm just going to die without being able to attack. So, it's kind of a lose-lose situation. I guess we'll just go ranged. Almost ran out of time there, got a strike. Yeah, I don't think that was really very good, honestly. But we'll see what we can do. We're debuffing their ranged attack, buffing our melee. So maybe... I mean, I lost like one of my strongest melee units right here. And Rakir the Traveler, so that's problematic. Let's see. Well, we can drop this guy down. I mean, the Hexmark Destroyer is not going to do a whole lot, I think, unfortunately, because everything is just getting debuffed. Well, this is kind of terrible. Alright, we'll go with some healing here. And this goes to show you that Space Marines are just completely OP. I think, which one is the biggest threat here? I mean, we can try to shoot him down. They all do a lot of damage, honestly, but screw it, we're just going to drop this guy. Try to get rid of the Inspiring Presence. And let's see, so do we go ranged or do we go melee is the question. We have a pretty big melee attack charged up. In fact, we could actually kill. Yeah, I guess we'll just go melee here. We'll kill Grimaldus. Surprised that we're actually able to do it. Wow, that was a lot of damage. A target acquired actually increases the damage to the target by a significant amount. And the shields over there will keep him at bay. Of course, all he has to do is just move him over into the center lane, and he can wipe out this Hexmark Destroyer in 1 or 2 hits. But we'll see if we can hold them off for a bit. They got healing. Okay, unsurprising there. Yep, that's going to hurt. 49 damage over to Oricon the Diviner. And he just has to keep going melee here. Alright. Well, I guess I will go ranged? Do we want to go ranged? I don't even know if it's worth trying to kill, like, this guy. I mean, he's just way too strong. We do have a big enough ranged attack charged up, so I think it'd be worth going ranged here. Take down that apothecary. He's probably just going to deploy, like, another healer or something. We are continuing to debuff their ranged attack. We also have to be careful, because, again, watch Captain Artemis. He's got dead shot for one of his traits, so once the Silent King deploys, unless it's being protected by something, like with Taunt, then he's going to be very easily destroyed. Alright, this guy's just got one more shield remaining. Of course, they're going melee. And, whoa, Oricon the Diviner, he does survive with 1 health. That's actually pretty big. Alright, what can we do here? Do you want to go ahead and deploy the Silent King? This guy's got 3 shields. I guess we'll try this guy and try to knock out some of the shields on... what's his name? Arjak Rockfist. There's just too many of these really tough Space Marine bodyguards, though. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. I'm sure that he has, like, more healers and more guys with, like, shields and stuff in reserve, so... yeah, it's gonna be rough. Now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually deploy the Silent King here. And we're kind of doubling up on the Inspiring Presence, which is not very efficient, but we'll see what he can do. Of course, he is getting his damage halved. But yeah, the first attack that would hit him is going to summon that Triarchal Menhir instead. So, goodbye goes the Silent King. Unfortunately, that thing, it doesn't actually have a melee attack, so it's not going to be able to retaliate against this. And, wow, what just happened? Did it just randomly take, like, 65 damage? That was weird. Okay, now we can go ranged, though. And this thing, again, it is taunting. Yeah, so it's reducing the damage by 40%. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and use the ranged attack. See what we can do. Decent amount of damage. And I think, yeah, it's going to survive another turn, at least. Debuffing Psychic now. Is this guy going to survive? Is the question. Yeah, actually, we're doing all right now. Looking okay. But again, watch Captain Artemis. Yeah, his special rule is going to deal tons of damage to, like, any of these things. Like, that man here is going to be taking, like, over 100 damage, I'm pretty sure. That's not going to be good. We're going to go with another ranged attack, and we will be able to take down Rock Fist. We got one more healer we can use. I want to save it for the Silent King himself, I think. We'll see where the damage goes over here. Marnius Calgar. Okay. Well, that's going to do some damage for sure. This is crazy, though. Like, the Space Marines, they can run this many bodyguards. I guess Artemis is really cheap in terms of points, so they can just run a lot of really strong bodyguards. Well, we will be able to take down this guy finally. But unfortunately, I think our run is about to end. Because, yeah, like I said, dead shot. They're just going to be able to target the Silent King with, like, everything. Just like what happened with Guilliman. But I think if we go with the melee attack, at least, we will be able to wipe out everything, yeah? And Silent King, I mean, he did get healed. He's at nearly 600 health, and he's going to heal a little bit more from the regeneration. So we'll see if it's enough. He deployed a lot of his really big, strong bodyguards, so I don't know what he would have left. I mean, we do have a total of 300 points here, so we'll see. We'll see if the Silent King has what it takes to survive. All he needs to do is survive for one turn, and we can win, because he does a lot of damage. I guess it may very well depend on where the damage goes here. But, yeah, if that hits the Silent King, we're in real trouble. It goes over there, which is actually pretty good, because, I mean, he's going to be targeting the Silent King with everything anyway. And oh, 89. Okay, that's going to hurt. So, yeah. 2 big game hunters on the field. They're going to do a lot of damage, but they don't have, like, Inspiring Presence or anything, so I don't think they can deal 500 damage. So I think we actually pulled this off amazingly. They're going for the melee attack. Let's see how much they can do here. Big game hunter at max level does a whole lot of damage, as you can see. Plus, with the dead shot, that's increasing damage even more. Very close. Very, very close. Bringing the Silent King down to 106 health. but he does survive, and that means we can win the game on our turn here with a big old ranged attack, 261 damage from the Silent King. That was a nail biter. That was really difficult, but Silent King definitely did a lot better than Guilliman. Just running all those bodyguards, I think, was helpful against Artemis. Still very difficult battle, though. Obviously, a lot of the bodyguards for Necrons, they have a few very strong options, but many of them pale in comparison to those legendary Space Marine bodyguards, which are just so much stronger than the bodyguards of other factions. But yeah, there you go. Close battle there, but good game to whoever that was. I wasn't actually looking at the name. Let me know what you think about the Silent King here. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.